So today on 10 Minutes to Your Health, we're going to be talking about PMS, premenstrual syndrome. So many signs and symptoms that can cause pain and discomfort to women who experience them. So here to talk about ways to manage these symptoms is women's health enthusiast, Dr. Monique Brown. Morning, Doc. How are you doing?
Morning. I'm awesome. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to Smile Jamaica. When we say PMS, what exactly do we mean?
Well, you just gave a pretty round definition. So premenstrual syndrome basically speaks to this wide range of symptoms, physical and emotional symptoms that a woman might experience weeks before a period. And just to add a little meat to that, the symptoms range from feeling fatigued, joint pains, muscle pain, abdominal pain, bloating, period diarrhea, to, that concept of PMSing, that we get anxious, irritated, angry, or just have a lot of cravings.
So physical and emotional and mental challenges.
Mental depression even. Yes.
One of the things I realize is sometimes when it comes to women's health, we feel like because PMS is a natural thing, it's your hormones or whatever, if we just accept it as it is, it's going to happen, so take it as it is. But this morning you're saying that there are ways in which you can balance it, manage it, and be able to live with it. What do you find, though, are some of the most common symptoms associated with PMS? Some
of the most common symptoms, I would say period pain, so that's the dysmenorrhea, bloating. Bloating is extremely common. Breast pain or tenderness, and headaches with the mood swings, cravings. Those tend to be ranked as the most common symptoms that may be experienced. But it's a large list. It's a large list. And age, I'm trying to figure out if there's some kind of study that would say, this type of woman experiences it more than another type? Yeah, well, research has been shown that women that smoke have a 2 times higher risk of having PMS type symptoms. Oh, wow. Yeah, and then there are researches to say that persons who have a elevated body mass index, so they're more in the obesity category, they also have a 3 times higher risk of PMS. Age, typically, if you're in the reproductive age, so 15 to around 49 years old, depending, on how early you actually saw your menses. So that tends to be some of the biggest risk factors and associations. Yeah. But I tell the Ministry of Health keep telling us about exercise and diet, and every time I talk about something on 10 Minutes to Your Health, we hear about diet and exercise and how important that is. So let's talk about ways in which we can manage PMS. Yeah. What are some of the approaches that we can take? Well, the first thing is actually diet and exercise. So lifestyle modifications are vital, and there have been suggestions with regard to that. So reducing caffeine intake has been shown to help with PMS symptoms. Also, reducing salt and sugar consumption, adding more green leafy vegetables, reducing the alcohol consumption has also been known. Now, with regards to exercise, there have been studies to show that around 20 to 30 minutes of doing yoga or any type of moderate intensity type exercise can help with your PMS symptoms, such as bloating, cramps, and even with some of the emotional symptoms like anxiety. So getting moving, being a little bit more active does benefit you. It does benefit you. What are some of the common myths about PMS? That is not real. I think that is one of the biggest misconceptions that, it's something that women make up to avoid going to work or avoid going to school. Yeah. Definitely. Them just seeking attention. Yes, and it's all in their minds. That's another thing about it. That is probably one of the biggest misconceptions, and hopefully more persons will be a little bit more aware, because I've seen teenagers crawling, unable to go to school, and the parents just didn't understand that it's so intense. Yeah. And it varies
according to person.
Of course.
So I feel like for the men who have never experienced it, some of them, will say, this is drama, it's just too much drama. But also for women who themselves might have experienced it, when some talk about extreme pain, they'll say, listen, everybody feel period pain, what is so extreme about yours?
Exactly.
But there are differences.
Yes, and I think we should start looking at the fact that there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay.
Not all of us will have the same experiences. You might have bloating, I may have nausea and really bad acne, which I do. I have acne outbreaks.
Wow.
Yes, so it's different for each person. And not everyone is going to have cravings for chocolate. It's different, and awareness and trying to be a little bit more understanding really is one of the biggest factors with managing it.
Yeah, I feel like it's some, and I've seen more of it happening in the schools, that it's something that we need to educate our girls about a little bit more.
I agree.
Rather than, you're going to go through it every month and it is what it is, just push through the pain and it'll be all right,
Yeah.
I feel like more knowledge needs to happen with all of us as women about issues like that.
Yes, I agree completely.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to period pain, I think we should stop turning a blind eye to it. Personally, around 5 or 6 years ago, I had extremely painful periods, debilitating, that I needed to go to the hospital. And it's because I'm a doctor that they took it seriously. Because they probably thought I would have self-medicated before going. So period pains, and just all of these symptoms related should be taken seriously. The level of depression and anxiety can heighten. And I think in Jamaica we should realize that, especially these emotional type symptoms, these are real. Depression is real.
They're real. People will say like you're telling us, oh, yeah, get some miserable. Is your time of the month?
Yeah, oh, Jesus.
Those kinds of things that we say.
It's
so, as I
very
said,
insensitive.
Yeah.
Very.
When do you know that the PMS is a little bit more, requires more attention? In your case, you went to the hospital.
Yes.
When do you know as a woman that no, every month, or as a young girl, as a parent who has a girl, every month this thing is too much, I need to get some kind of second opinion?
Once you find that it's debilitating, you have been there trying to do home remedies and it's not working. I mean, a second opinion is always ideal. I know in Jamaica we love to try some bush remedies. I mean, seek out your doctor, speak to them, they could definitely help you and guide you. And there are a lot of other therapies that you could take into consideration. Analgesia, from ibuprofen to diclofenac for the pain. There are vitamins, magnesium, calcium, and even vitamin E that has been shown to improve your symptoms. So there is help, but you have to seek it out first. So once you find that this is too painful, I'm extremely anxious or depressed, I'm not coping or functioning well, whether it's at school or at home or work, ask for help.
Yeah. One of the things this says is, as you mentioned, the supplements, getting vitamin D, vitamin B's, calcium. I'm realizing that more and more we're engaging with vitamins. Yesterday I was listening to something that was about taking the vitamins. So that will help as well.
Yes, definitely, because research has shown that there are vitamin deficiencies linked to PMS symptoms. So vitamin B6 is a big vitamin that is typically in a lot of the medications that they give for PMS, and also magnesium. And I think it also boils back to our diet, because we end up being deficient in a lot of these things.
Yeah. Well, Doc, listen, if there's anything that can ease the pain, I'm all for it, ladies. You heard Doc giving you some advice, do your own research and see ways in which, because it cannot be the same every month.
Cannot.
For the rest of your life. Cannot be. Some women literally see it with trepidation. The time is coming and I'm going to be in so much pain and it's going to be so much.
Yes.
So it's something we really need to take seriously.
Definitely. And, severe period pain is not normal. I think we should stop normalizing it. As you said, oh, it's just a little pain. No, it's not just a little pain. Seek help because there are alternatives. You don't need to suffer through the pain every single month. So seek help. Your doctor can best guide you and get some relief, start feeling a lot more better and regain your functionality. That's really important for you, work, and also home.
Excellent. Where do we find you, Doc?
Well, most persons can find me on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. So it's at Dr. Nick, which is where I'm most popular.
All right, go check her out. There it is, Dr. Nick on social media. And you know, all your questions. And she has great advice. So you can follow her and get some more women's health enthusiast, Dr. Monique Brown. That's 10 Minutes to Your Health. We'll do it again next Thursday. Up next, we explore a few ways to foster creativity in children with Amashika Lorne. We'll soon come.